Y'all couldn't hear me the whole time. Shoot. Well, good night, man. Thanks for letting me know. Thinking a lot of stuff. Like, I want to have an XP bar that's always visible on almost every screen. So I think we should probably implement that now. You feel me? Or like at least into the base plate. Let's actually make, let's just make a resource bar for like hunger. And then we'll use that resource bar to make more. So we're gonna start with like just the generic blue flat bar. We're gonna edit it. One thing that I usually do is remove the text, and I actually did for the last one. We should not though, because it's important to know how much your stat has if it increases over time. You know. So we're gonna do. Oh, we might have to though. If we're gonna make them up and down, unless we like rotate the label. Like that. And then made it like that. Then what about whenever they get big? I don't know. Let's make it the font bigger first. 24. Do half bright. Halbfet. Do a big number so we can kind of see how it scales. Oh dear, brother. We may have. Shit. This is going to be too small to see, though. I mean, we're going to scale it to be wider. I guess we'll see how that works. Let's do 10K. Because we're not going to be going to 100,000 in any stat, so. Change this color to be what we want it. I want it to be more like a magenta. The strawberries are more magenta in this game. Actually, I might not even use magenta or strawberries. I'm gonna make my own fruits. I'm checking Discord. Hang on. For good news, where? Ooh, some music. I'm excited. I'm hype. Better be a whole album, or I'm not buying. No, I'm kidding. This isn't a great health color is the thing, but it's the food color. The base food color is going to be this, which is frustrating. Should I lean? I think I'll lean more toward the blue. I think this is what we're going to use for hunger. More of a bluish magenta, like this. You feel me? And then copy this. I think we already have some stuff saved in here from my last game. What is this? Don't worry about that. There we go. That's where I'll save all my stuffs. And then buffer uses the same one. Perfect. And then background, we're going to change these. Maybe white. Actually, why are the sides thinner by default? I don't think they are. There's just two. I'm going to slightly modify that. And then just make this. So put this in the background like a 0. And then fill out the corners like that. The buffer's not even here. I don't really need it though. I'd actually rather it not buffer, to BH. Okay, let's see how this looks. If we scale it. Not great. So I want to do, does the label rotate? What? I rotated it. Why no is... Does it rotate when I go in a game? Yeah, it does. It doesn't follow the restrictions, though. That's weird. Oh, wait. It needs to... Okay. Wait, how does this look? Can we make the text smaller? No. Okay, we're just gonna remove the label then. And I'll make something else to display the amount you have. Definitely smaller though. Do like this. Wrong way. -90. There we go. It could be a lot bigger though. We'll do like that. Okay. Every pixel shaved is a pixel saved. Okay, we'll do that. And then let's start making the symbols as well, so they're readable. Bar symbols. Make these 16 by 16. More than last time, actually. And then grab our food code. Bam. That's going to be helpful. This is going to be the strawberry. I don't know. Do I want to use... I think I do. Yeah, I want to use strawberries. Strawberries are like part of the whole cute aesthetic. I feel. You're a big part of it. Okay, time to get our green situated as well, actually. You know what? Hang on. Let's double this. So we can get smaller details. There we go. So now it's double the size, and we can just, like, kind of erase around it. Nah, just fucking restart it. Whatever. Bam. Go, like... Start with this. And we'll edit it from here. So, much flatter top. Oh. Like that. That's perfect. This is actually pretty good already. I should have to rotate it, maybe. Okay, there we go. See, now I can have smaller black dots. They'll be rendered very small, but it'll look like, you know, in real life they're fucking rendered small, so it looks accurate. And then we'll do, we need our color, our leaf color, which is like, first try, we got it perfectly. This is exactly what we want. Actually, let's, also, let's put these behind. No. Let's go like this, because they all line up perfectly. Okay. Okay, let's make the leaves now. Like that. Perfect. That's our food icon. Just kind of centered it a bit. It's quite off. And this will be called food. We got thirst. Let's call this blue. I'll call it water. And then make it like, this is 64 by 64, yeah. I can feel it. Like this. Just don't sleep. And then one more real quick for actually, I want to give these a little bit more design. I haven't messed with more complex designs in a while. Like everything's so simple to make it easier. I kind of want a bit more going on with these textures. At least some of them. Alright, this is going to be energy. This is very simple. Yellow. We'll go ahead and save this. Actually, let's do more like a pastel. Yeah. There we go. Do a too thick line. I do 3. Perfect. Oh man, they're already the perfect size without being without having to be scaled. Yes, can you imagine if those seeds were double the size? You can still tell that's a strawberry. And the seeds help. So that's good. Duplicate. This is gonna be thirst bar. And it's gonna be called hunger bar. So we're gonna edit it. Oh shit, wait. Oh no. What is that? Duplicate? There we go. I know, I can do that. That makes everything a lot easier. Perfect, okay. And then edit. All we have to do then is change this color. New thirst is gonna be our watercolor. Oh, it's so much easier to just go there and copy it than having to find something without out of that color and then go fucking fix it. That's so annoying. Yeah, I did that on accident. Cool. Alright, I just changed the hunger bar. Well, look, hang on. Wait, this is thirst. Then why did... Huh. I actually don't know why that happened. They should be totally different assets. No, see, the thirst one is still pink. This is using hunger. Make this use thirst. There we go, and then make this use hunger. Okay. And then just copy it, right? So -90, obviously, and then 156 by 25. 156 by 25. And then the y-axis is 312. X. I can scroll, yeah. Cool. Duplicate this, give it its thirst animation, put it here. Bam. Raise this a bit. Cool. And then we have the energy bar as well, so duplicate thirst bar, energy bar. Duplicate, energy, create, edit, fill bar, edit, get the energy color. La mierda. Perfect. So go here and they should have the same color. Perfect. -90. And then it's 105 by 1 shit. 15625. 15625. 525. Okay. And then the same X 573 5 7, 3. Wait, no, same Y. So 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2. Now I gotta, okay. So it goes from 606, 5, 7, 606 minus 5, 5, 7, 3. No, that's not how that works. Wait, yeah, no, it is. Do minus 5, 7, 3. So 33. We need to subtract. Oh shit. 5, 7, 3 minus 33. Perfect. That does not look right. It's right. It's just the lack of contrast right there is throwing me off. 3. No. 2. Yeah. Cool. Looking good. Yep, looks great. Actually, this is gonna be such a problem if I don't fix it. These need to be a little bit over to the right. I'm thinking just 1 pixel. Man, 2 pixels. Actually, nah. Make them higher instead. Like that. There we go. Now it's even here and here. That's what I wanted. We also need a happiness bar. That wasn't in the last version, but we do need that. Happiness will be... I actually might change the energy color to green. Because happiness makes sense as yellow, but I think green makes sense as nothing but energy. Because I feel like green could work for almost anything, you feel me? It'd be a different green than the other one, though. And then the health is going to be like a red. Or maybe even a pink. Let's just leave it as these 3 for now. We'll make more later if we need to, right? Also, this never got its shadow. It needs to be like 45, 200, 14, 20, and then white. There we go. Okay, let's make the strawberry button. Our feed button. Make it big, like 128 by 128 big, right? How does that look? Nah, like 64 by 64 big. Yeah. This is gonna be symmetrical. That's almost good. Hang on. It needs to be just a little bit more round. Like that. And then lower this a bit. Right. Go get our food color. That's what color this needs to be. And then get our energy color. That's our food color? That's not what we went with. Is that really what we went with? That's awful. Hang on. No, it needs to be more red than that. Actually, you know what? I might change the food color like this. That, yeah. That's what we're going to use. Update that. Plant color. Bam. I'm gonna add some leaves. These aren't gonna be symmetrical. That might be too tall. Yeah. Make it wider and shorter. Looks like some cool anime hair. Let's kind of... There we go. Actually, no. Let's do more. Do like that. Kind of makes it feel like it has that pit there. Although I don't know if this is gonna hurt or not, but I don't think I love that these are green. Maybe just like a pixel from each side. And then do black dots, because it's a strawberry. I'm using black because I want the contrast, I think. Or we could do like a, let's just see how it looks. Right. That's like no different. Yeah, it's better. That's definitely better. In fact, for the big strawberry, I think I'll even do like this around each pixel low key. Maybe a bit brighter. Maybe like that. I mean, let's see how noticeable it is in game. Yeah, the effect is not worth it. It's lost. This actually is kind of too small, though. Yeah, the effect's lost is not worth all the effort. Just for consistency's sake, remove it from the one that we added it to. Okay. Oh, you know what we could do? Get rid of shading. Yeah, and then look. Get like a brighter version. And just do like a small highlight. That's not big enough. That looks like a mistake. More saturated, actually. Boom. There we go. These bigger sprites can get a little more attention, I feel. Since they're so large. There we go. Just a little bit of detail makes it look nicer. Oh yeah, that's much better than the old version I had. I like it. Okay. Also another stat. This is gonna be just a normal stat. This is gonna be nah, we're gonna change the way this works actually. I like the way it worked before. It's unique, but it's weird and doesn't make much sense, like logically. It's kind of immersion breaking. So I'll change that in a minute. What else do we need right now? Health bar can wait a bit. I guess we can start coding some stuff to function. Like, okay, so at the beginning of scene, right? We're gonna, this is gonna be every time, I think. So set. Well, let's do like bar. It's like maximum value of hunger bar. We're gonna set to save dot stats dot hunger max, right? And then we can go ahead and copy these two. Thirst bar and energy bar is gonna be set to thirst max and hunger max. Hunger maxing, bro. And since we have the code, the variables for it, let's go ahead and make the health bar. Real quick, we changed this color. I can't believe I thought this was okay. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, that's so oversaturated. Why did I? This is like my least favorite color. I don't know how I went with that on accident. It's weird. Like pinks and purples are my favorite color, except for that one shade of like super vibrant red magenta. Do not like that color at all. I think it's a very ugly and unappealing. Yeah, it's a much better color, especially with the rest. Neato. Okay, duplicate. Call this one health. This is actually going to be quite larger. I do want to do the same width. Or high width. 156. And then negative 90. This is going to be like a square though, actually. A perfect square. So let's do 156. And then Y. What is max Y on here? 720. So half of 720 is 360. So Y. There's no way that's right. No, because we have to subtract the width of the object. Divided by 2, actually, I think. Yeah. So the width is 156, so half of that is 75, 78. So subtract 78 from this, and I think it'll be perfectly centered. Yep. It looks centered, so I think my math was right. And this is the HP. We need a new bar symbol. But before we do that, I don't want to make it neon red because there's too much of it. I think it'd be cool to have the health as a neon color since it's such an important stat. It is the important stat. If it goes out, you lose and your save gets wiped. But I think it'd be better to go with just like pink. You feel me? Like that. No, that's a terrible pink. More of a bluer pink. Maybe just purple. Like that, yeah. That's a level color though. Maybe red. Do like that, yeah. Make it a bit more saturated actually. This can be a comparatively saturated stat, just not a saturated. Oh no, which one would we replace? This one? Okay, we can fix that. Or look, so duplicate it. This is gonna be called HP. Edit. Go back to hunger. Edit. Actually, yeah. Do the food color. Bam. And that's gonna replace both of them, but it's fine. We'll just go back to HP and then fix it. This time we have to hit new though, okay? Red, kind of saturated, but not too saturated. A little bit more. There we go. It's just breaking out of pastel here. New, save. Buffer as well. New, save. Heart. Do black to start with. I love it. Beautiful bubbly heart texture. I love that. Make it just white. All of this needs to be 9 as well. There. Do I even have manage stats? I don't know. I do not have an HP stat. Dot HP. Let's go make it. Manage. Where's manage stats? A new one. HP. And then HP is going to go up to 100. There we go. So now it's just set all the maximums, so they should all be empty basically, because their max is 1,000. But we're going to set the value of them as well. Hunger bar set to... Why can't we change the value of the bar, hunger bar? Okay. Instead of changing it to hunger bar mats, we're going to do save dot manage stats dot hunger. And then 3 thirst bar, energy bar, and health bar. Instead of hunger, do thirst. Instead of hunger, to do energy, and instead of health, do health. So actually, they should all start off full, but the hunger is a little bit empty. First of all, the hunger can be lower to start. Let's do 600, or to do 650. And then exhaustion is 1,000, and exhaustion max is 1,000. Why is this called exhaustion and not energy? Because it was previously called energy. That's why. There we go. Oh wait, the HP. HP. There we go. This is how it should start. So you have to feed him to start. Okay. Let's make all the stats. Let's make the health stat train at least. There we go. I'm just thinking. Do hunger bar, subtract 0.01. That's every single tick. So it should slowly drain. Very slowly, actually, now that it's 1,000 instead of 100 or 500. Let's do 1 just to make sure that it's working. Yeah, perfect. So we're gonna do 0.01. So very slowly. And of course I'll just have to test it by playing throughout the day and seeing how fast it drains. Because I don't exactly know how fast this even runs, honestly. Okay, let's do a new one. This is gonna be called food. I'm sure we have plenty of emojis to go with. Like strawberries, obviously. Oh, a couple things actually. We need to give it shaking. Also give it button states. I'm just OCD, sorry. Edit points, put it in the center so that it shakes from the center. And then edit collision mask, that's fine. Kind of put it up here. And then make the code for it. So if, what is it called? Feed symbol is clicked, trigger it once, and also the opacity of feed button has to be 255. Also, I want this to have tweening. thinking again. Shake object, feed button, duration 0.5, 2, 2, 2, 0.08. Do like 4, 4, and like 6. There we go. Tween object opacity. Feed button. Feed fade to like 100, 130 over 0.2 seconds. You can go a little bit lower, do like 110. Not a sprite. We need... I did a sprite again, god dang it. New text. Do bright. Default. Like 9. And then white. And then like 30. Give it a black outline. And then make it like 60. Make it a lot bigger. Give it a thicker outline, so like 10. Now we're talking. Actually, fuck. Save. Give it a thinner outline, do like 5, and then yeah, and then give it a shadow, distance of 0, blur of 15, and then opacity 255. There we go. I like that. Thicker outline again. Because it doesn't look good when it's not faded, but it's only going to be there when it's faded. Yeah, that's better. And then, just in case we want to increase this, put it like there, and then make it centered. That way if it reads a double digit, it'll fit properly. Yeah. And it'll only ever get to a maximum of 10, I think. Maybe decrease the size to like 55. Cool. But then make this like 5 to start. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this also needs to tween actually. And it's also gonna be, first of all, layer 10, strawberry layer 9. We also did not give that 10, we give it a billion million. Also, you need to be 9, everything needs to be 9. Let's just do a quick check through 9. Okay. So this needs to have a default opacity of 0. But then we're gonna tween the opacity of new text to we'll do that differently. Hang on. No, we don't have to. That's fine. Yeah, perfect. And then, yeah, we need a new section in the save variable called timers. No, this needs to be a structure with one under it called feed. There we go. So variable value, same as the timer as a feed, set to 9. That's what it used to be. So a new variable, if, well, let's make a new category. Well, no, drain timer. Drain time, perfect. cooldowns. If the variable value of timer.feed is greater than 0, which, first of all, if it's less than 0, nah, I'm not gonna do that. If it's greater than 0, trigger once. And also, this can actually be a scene variable. So we'll have scene variable time. We'll call it time flipping. Time flip feed, boolean. So that was false. So time flip feed needs to be false, and it will then immediately set it to true. And then it's gonna wait. It's also gonna change variable. Feed, it's gonna subtract 1. Wait 1 second. To false. Set the text of new text set to save dot timers dot feed. There we go. And it should stop at 0, right? Because it only runs if it's above 0. Perfect. Okay. And then a new one. So if timers.feed is do greater than 0, trigger once. No, do equal to 0 the opacity of the new sprite text object to 0, and then tween the opacity of the feed button back to 255 so we can hit it again. There we go. I should add the actual functionality to feeding him. Make a new variable called just feed boolean. Actually, wait. I want a scene variable called in action. Boolean starts as false. So when we click it, it's going to set it to true immediately. And also, for this to work at all, in action has to be false. No. It's going to make in action false. And then the variable eating, or this can be global. Well, yeah. In actions, make it a structure. Eating, drinking, maybe. No, that's not. Just eating for now. Eating, and then we'll need resting, or going rest. eating to true. Well, no, don't do that yet. No, yeah, do that yet. Okay. If the variable eating is true, trigger once. Okay, we're gonna need okay, it's gonna be real tiny. We're talking like 16 by 16. Okay. We're gonna need the food color. Okay. And then we need plant color. It's a baby. Okay, maybe it could be a little bit bigger. Do you not 32 by 32? Do like this, 24 by 24. There we go. And then this color. It's like not even noticeably bigger whenever I'm leaving it. So this is going to be where the berries can spawn. Make it invisible. That. Any of these spots. So these also need, well, no, that's fine. So, okay, so whenever feed is true, first thing we're going to do is change a variable called food spawn pick number. Wait, no. Pointless. Well, all we need to do is pick random. So pick a random object of the spawners. And then create the object strawberry. berry spawn X and Y. And then we also, these need to be able to tween variables. Not variable, what the hell? Behaviors, tween. So create object, blah, blah, blah. Tween the position. Strawberry.x. And then it's gonna go to its Y position plus, which is down for some reason. The hell? Strawberry. Remove the colon and the period. Y plus 15 ease out quad over 0.3 seconds. Okay. See how that looks? It didn't work. Set it to true. Doesn't go down nearly enough, and it doesn't take long enough. 0.5, do plus 25. It's still not enough. Fuck it, 50? That's better. Okay, I do kind of miss when it faded, not gonna lie. Opacity of strawberry, set it to 0 when it spawns. And then between the opacity of berry fade to 255. Easing linear, and then duration. It's gonna be shorter, it's like 0.3. There, now it fades in and slides down. I think ease in makes more sense. Ease in. This one can still be linear. Ease out for sure. It looks like it's kind of sliding. Also, 50 still isn't that much. Why is it barely changing? That's better. Okay. So now we'll do number of greater than 0 once. And we'll go ahead and just delete the dumpling. So we'll know if it deletes, then it works. Yeah, okay. I didn't have a lot of confidence in this because I've had issues with the number thing before. So we'll wait a random time between 0.75 and 2 seconds. 1.5 seconds. Nah, we'll do 2 and see if it takes too long. And then it's going to set inaction to true. And then it's gonna... Oh, we need to give him his new animations now, I just realized. Let's give him an idle animation. I never gave him one last time. And then loop it and then make it like really slow. A lot slower. Even slower. Honestly, even slower. Okay. A bit faster. There we go. I want to be a little fast since he's young. Okay, we need to give him his excited animation now. New. Excite. 32 by 32. Paste. Make him be able to shake. Set to excite. And then if the x-axis exposition of the strawberry is less than the x value of the pet, so dumpling dot x. If it's less, we're gonna flip him. So he's So he's gonna flip, and it's gonna wait half a second, and then change his animation. I want to see how it looks when it's on the other side of him. It is not gonna give me that. Okay, looks good. Just remove that duplicate frame. That doesn't look good. Wait half a second. Wait. In action, he says true here. We'll actually do it the second He notices, right? Yeah, we want to set it to false because if he's in another action, we don't want it to work. We want that action to be turned off. Okay, change variable in action set to true. Now I have to do is add a force to him. Apply a force to Dumpling. Wait, force towards a position, Dumpling to X. Y. 200 pixels per second. Also, we give him his little pitter patter animation. Literally, all we have to do is duplicate, delete this, and move it up. And then on the second frame, on the first frame, I guess, delete this and move this up one. Preview it, make it loop, and then make it like incredibly fast. Yeah. So right before he starts moving, change it to sprint. And then we're gonna do if three things. If eating is true, which it should be. If inaction is true. And if the distance between the dumpling and the strawberry is less than 100. If all these conditions are met, then it will run this once, and all it's going to do is change his animation back to his idle one and stop him from moving. No, that's a lot slower than before, but I think I like it, not gonna lie. It is a little bit too slow, but I think I like how much slower he is. Do like 250. I love how much energy he's exerting to move so slowly. Wait 2 seconds. Let's go ahead and add an extension. Camera shake. And I'm actually going to modify the extension because I don't like how weak the effect is, and it's easy to modify. So go into the editor. Camera shake, I think it is. So yeah, right here. Instead of this, do like, I don't remember what it was, like 5 and 5. Oh, he's too, oh. New subcondition. If it's not below, then you can run. In fact, we'll do 60 instead of 75. But if it's already below 75 or 60, then don't do any of this. Or no. Force of negative 250. Wait like 0.2, like no time at all, and then stop him. Maybe we can test this by just deleting the others and making it go right next to him. Takes too spins too long backing up, but otherwise it's good. Or look, do same amount of time. Let's lessen the force. And then also change his animation back to idle. But it's actually weird that that works at all. Now that I'm thinking about it, because it should stop him instantly. The fact that it's not makes me think that this code isn't working. So that... Oh, it's doing that instantly is the thing. Wait, why is inaction turning true instantly though? Oh, because of this. Delete him after this just to see how long that feels. Oh look, we just turned it, just do that there. And that does it. So now it'll wait the full 2 seconds, I think. No, because inaction is still getting turned on way too fast. Actually, hang on, disable this. I think this is making him run farther. Well, I won't know if it gets deleted. I mean, fuck it, let's just, whatever. New variable. Wait, we definitely should need one. Inactions. Inaction is true. No, I think it'll work properly. Nope. Inaction. There we go. Now it should work. And then a full 2 seconds should go by. Yeah, perfect. I like it, it's cute. Okay. That's gonna be hard to do with these few pixels. I mean, that kind of does it. Eat. Between the position of the strawberry to dumpling X dot dumpling Y, not plus 100 over 0.5 seconds. Wait, 0.5. Delete the strawberry. Okay. So instead of being ease out, it needs to be ease in. And then switch to chew, which we didn't. I don't think we finished modifying that one. Loop. Make it slower. Make it slower. Make it faster. That's good. Oh, that looks good. Also, right when we click it, set the variable save dot manage stats hunger, add max is 1,000 now, so we'll do like 250. Do like 400. Do a lot. But then let's make the starting hunger value even less. So instead of the hunger being, it's gonna be just 600 actually. So now when we click it, the bar should fill. It doesn't. Huh. That's odd. It should. This is... Oh, this is the beginning. This used to be every frame. Maybe we gotta do this at the beginning. Just do it every frame. There we go. No buffer anymore, but that's fine. And then, real quick, do another line. Save dot manage stats dot hunger. If it's greater than save dot stats dot hunger max, then set it to max, so it can't be above. Neato. I actually feel like we can nerf this a little bit. Do like 300. Okay. Yeah, it works perfectly. Why didn't it work that time? Huh. That's odd that it doesn't work again. It doesn't spawn it. So it's not running this. Oh, we're never setting any is eating to false. Oh, yeah, we should keep working. Okay, let's go back to main map. How big was this? 32 by 32. No, it is a map. That and then do some like little flowers. That works for now. Oh my god, what am I doing? Let's go ahead and make that the food color. Home title, make this garden title. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get this room set up and then I'm gonna take a break. Garden. Garden title. Make it 100. Make it say garden. Garden, and then color same. Shadow, distance 20, angle 45, opacity 200, and then blur radius 14. And then make it white. And then make it red, no, that one. And then also make it white. Oh, and then make it bold italic. And then make it a bit smaller, so like 80. There we go. So now I just gotta make it to where there's a button for it so we can get there. And then we're done. So make a new asset actually. How big is this one? 70 by 52. The other's gonna be square, so we'll do 72 by 72. Garden button. Or do 60. Kind of one in between. 3 white. That. It fucking barely fits. Good enough for now. Point. Put there. We need to give it. Put it there, and then give it button states. So this is gonna be the same thing, but instead of home, it's garden. No. Garden button. And then go to garden. And then last but not least, on the main menu, make all of this 10. So 10, 10, and 10. And then on garden, make all of this 9 actually. There we go. Now the garden button should work. Yep. No back button yet, but oh, that one also doesn't work. Let's do that real quick. Home map. It's what? Room buttons. Huh. Oh. Room buttons if the ID equals 0. And then give this one an ID of 0. Oh, it already has one. Perfect. Alright. That's all I'm gonna do for now. Take a break. Oh, there's people in here. I didn't even know that. The chat's not working on mine. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.